Hi everyone, I'm Pelumi, the project manager for Group 3, also known as Mission Control. My group members are Aksh, Fariha, Gilbert, Tolani, and Quill. This is assignment 2, which is about project organizational structures. Here's a summary of this presentation. The objective of this assignment is to select the most suitable organizational structures for our company as a startup and a larger company in the future to effectively manage the vessel projects for Texas Parks and Wildlife. The background will cover a brief overview of project organizational structures and the 4 types that exist. The methodology or procedure was mainly based on group discussions on the different structures, evaluating their pros and cons, and choosing the best fits for each company stage. The results covered the functional departments of the company, the selected structures, and the justifications for each. A project organizational structure is a framework that defines the arrangement of activities, roles, responsibilities, and authority in a project. There are 4 types, which are functional, pure project, matrix, and the mixed organization. The first type of organizational structure is the functional organization. Here, the project is managed within a specific functional department, and the team maintain their daily functional responsibilities. The next is the pure project organization, where the project group operates independently from the parent company and is self-sufficient with its own administration and technical staff. The matrix organization combines the strengths of the functional and pure project organizational structures, and it can lean toward either extreme or actually maintain a balanced approach between the two. Lastly, the mixed organizational structure is one where both functional and pure project structures exist in an organization, and the projects have a potential to evolve into independent companies. On to the methodology. Step 1 was the startup structure selection. For our startup, we evaluated different organizational structures and concluded that a pure project structure would be the most suitable. Since we're working on a single project, this structure allows us to focus entirely on its development without the complexities of managing multiple projects or business functions. Next, we defined the functional teams that make up our organization. Some departments had no group members with prior experience in them, so those had to be assigned based on interest. In step 3, we weighed the pros and cons of each organizational structure and decided that the matrix structure would be the best for the future company. In step 4, we made key adjustments to our functional teams. One major change was establishing a dedicated quality team, which was previously part of the manufacturing team. We also redefined the management team to be personnel to better reflect its role in handling internal operations and employee matters. Also, our marketing team was expanded to include sales. The 5th and final step was resource allocation for each project in the matrix structure. The distribution was based on the specific resource needs of each project from each team. Moving to the results. Here are the functional departments. The R&D team is mainly responsible for researching the appropriate specifications for our boats and design accordingly. The finance department performs cost estimation, budget creation, and secures funding options. Marketing and sales is in charge of building client relationships, conducting market research, negotiating contracts, and the promotion and sale of our vessels to achieve our revenue goals. Next up is the manufacturing and maintenance team. They manage mass production, maintain equipment and tooling, and oversee inventory of parts and tools. The quality team ensures product quality by establishing standards, conducting inspections, and performing testing. The personnel team manages employee relations, resolve workplace issues, recruit, hire, as well as onboard talent to support our company goals. Last but not least, the legal team ensures regulatory compliance, manage contracts, address legal risks, and handle intellectual property concerns. So the diagram shown here illustrates the pure project nature of our startup. Each team member has been assigned to head a specific team. We have Tolani for R&D, Gilbert for finance, Fariha for marketing, Aksh for manufacturing, myself for management, Quill for legal, and our president's position is to be announced. So the pure project structure was selected for the following reasons. Firstly, a dedicated workforce that's focused mainly on executing the project successfully. It also allows for clear and fast communication because all members of the team report directly to the project manager. It's also structurally simple and flexible. It takes a holistic approach to the project, which minimizes the risk of trade-offs that improve one area at the expense of another. And lastly, there is rapid decision making because of the unity of command. The selected structure for the future company was the matrix organizational structure. Each team maintains the same group member as the head, and the numbers in this diagram represent resources, specifically here being team members assigned to each project, and the whole numbers indicate full-time employees, and decimals reflect a mix of full-time and part-time roles. Depending on the nature of the project, one team would have a larger presence over another or even no presence at all. For instance, here in Project 1, it covers the mass production of past successful vessels, and this would actually require a heavier presence from the manufacturing and quality teams compared to R&D, where no resources are required. The same concept applies in Project 2, which is for dedicated research and development to create new project vessels. The R&D team would have a heavier presence in this project compared to other teams. Finally, Project 3 focuses on the marketing and sales of company products, and this is why the marketing team has the greatest allocation of resources here. So these are the benefits of the matrix structure and reasons why we selected this option for our future company. Firstly, there's an efficient allocation of resources, which reduces the risk of prioritizing one project at the expense of another project. The next is specialized expertise, which we have available for each project. There's also job security and continuity because team members remain in their positions even after completion of the project. Next advantage is consistency with organizational practices. And lastly, we have flexibility in operation where the functional units have the opportunity to assign a certain number of individuals or just supply a certain capacity of the team to complete the project. Thank you for listening to this presentation.